Hi guys, how are you? Welcome. In this video, we are going to do a paper 1 revision, that is Kcse 2023 English paper 1 prediction. So for the candidates, hi! So you want to watch to the end of this video because you never know, you might find one of these questions in your exam, and I mean the national exams. So we better prepare well. Read the first question. I'm going to repeat it again from my handout here, and it's on the board. Study that genre and then answer the questions that follow. I'm going to read the question now. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked is here on the board. And then it's a very simple question, and I'm going to show you how to answer it. The first question is Part A, in a reason, classify the genre 2 marks. The first mark is for identifying the genre. The second mark is for giving a reason for your answer. Our genre is, you're right, a tongue twister. Tongue twister. I may not be able to write here, but it's a tongue twister. Why is it a tongue twister? Because it is alliterative. We have the first sound of each word, which is a consonant sound, being repeated. Peter Piper picked peck. So that makes it a tongue twister. Number 2, identify the dominant sound pattern used in the above genre. Anytime you see a tongue twister, just know the feature is supposed or will always be alliteration. Alliteration. Let me try to write it here. Alliteration is our dominant sound feature, and then you're going to pick like 3 words. Peter Piper picked. You have Peter. That is our illustration, and then you're going to identify the sound that has been repeated. We have the p, and the p. So our dominant sound feature is alliteration. Make sure you have the correct spellings. And number 3 of the same, part 3 of the same. State 2 functions of the above genre. What are the functions of tongue twisters? And 1, before we answer that question, you're not just going to give it as a one-word answer. You're supposed to give it as a statement. So the first function, they're used for entertainment. Number 2, used to train speech, to train pronunciation. Those are the 2 functions of the tongue twisters. But we have more than that. You can check them in your books. And lastly, if the above genre was to be translated to another language, what would be lost? And you're right, alliteration would be lost. We will not have the alliteration, the pa sound being repeated. So anytime you have this kind of question, just know the alliteration or the sound features will be lost. So part B, we are in this question 2. The underlining indicates the stressed word in the sentences below. Briefly explain what each sentence means. 3 marks. It's the same sentence, but then this one is underlined, this one is underlined, and this one is underlined. So what does it mean? And it's very simple. It means the underline and nothing else. The underline and nothing else. So sentence 1, I bought a camera for you. It means it's I and nobody else who bought the camera. I and nobody else bought the camera. Number 2, I bought a camera for you. The underlined word is boat, which means boat and not any other action. Boat and not any other action. Can you guess for number 3? Yeah, very right. It's a camera and nothing else. A camera and nothing else. And question next. Write another word with a similar pronunciation for each of the ones given below. You need to know the correct pronunciation. So we have climb, climb, and climb. Climb a mountain. Climb and climb. Number 2, packed, packed and packed. Number 3, blue, but it's called blue, not blue. Blue and color blue. Sorry, it means blue and color blue. Finally, we have cereal and cereal. Cereal and cereal. The last question. Okay, you have seen it, but I'm going to read it from my paper again. Your friend wishes to visit you over December holidays, but she has never been to your place. She requests you to give her directions that would enable her to reach your home. How would you ensure the directions you give enables her to reach her destination? So this is about direction giving, and before we answer that, when you're giving direction, you should never give it in a negative form. Directions should always be given in a positive form. And then the way you phrase your answer also matters. It's you who has been asked. So your answer must begin with, I would do this and this. I would do this and this. The first thing that you're supposed to do to make sure they reach the destination, I would give directions in the correct order. I'm repeating, I would give directions in the correct order. Number 2, I would use landmarks. I would use landmarks. For example, you'll see a school, you'll see a church, you'll see a supermarket. So that is a landmark. And from that, I would explain whether to turn right or left. When you reach the Catholic church, turn right, turn left. And next is, I would give appropriate time. Walk for 10, from the Catholic church or from the school, walk for 10 minutes. Apart from that, I would give appropriate distance. For example, 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer, walk for 100 meters, etc. And lastly, I would be concise and precise, or I would be clear when giving the directions. So that is all about today's lesson. I hope anytime you come across such kind of question, you're not going to forget. You're going to give the correct response. And thank you so much for watching. Let's meet in our next lesson. Bye bye for now.